In this video, I joined 5 other adventurers like myself to go on the journey of a lifetime.
Okay, here we go. This is the first time in the raft.
Pack rafting for 7 days down a remote river in Mexico is as magical as it sounds.
I don't even think they realize what kind of oasis they live in. It's just gorgeous.
However, it's not all fun and games. Despite previous years, this season there was significantly less rainfall.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's been a grind.
Which brought many struggles.
We didn't make it.
While these struggles were not planned, they made the journey that much more rewarding. And did I mention I've never been pack rafting before? The day had finally come. It was time to hit the road. And it was going to be a long one. An estimated 5-hour drive, most of it being down a dirt road. These were the last of the flushing toilets we would see for the next 7 days.
Bye, Conrad. It's nice knowing you. Ciao. We made it!
Nope, indeed. While I was absolutely joking in that clip, it did cause the smallest bit of concern that that's what we were going to find once we reached the drop point. Although we did have some concerns about the water levels while on the drive here, the river looked good, and we decided to proceed.
We made it! After what? It was like 5 hours?
Yeah.
Good 5 hours.
I feel like it's more than 5.
Yeah, with the stops and stuff. Yeah, a little bit more than 5 maybe. Now we just like unpack, get ready, and we go. So, you know, it's as easy as that.
It wasn't that easy.
It's now nighttime. Yeah, that was, how do I put this? We earned our meal tonight, let's just say.
Oh, you got so much food.
We arrived at the drop point a little later than intended, which means we were in a bit of a rush to get on the river.
This is the first time in the raft. Also, the hat is not stolen. I did pay for it. I have the receipt, so don't come at me.
Let's just say the next 7 hours looked a little something like this. You get it. It was a slog. The majority of our day consisted of pulling the raft over the riverbed. However, every now and then it would hit me that I was on a raft, on a river, in a remote part of Mexico, experiencing only few have ever experienced before. Those moments were humbling and made the physically challenging aspect of the trip that much more rewarding. Not to mention, moments like this absolutely took my breath away.
Julio. It's literally his job. Like, it's just to like be behind our slow asses. Oh, this is so graceful. So as you can see, the river's quite low and we've had to get out and walk and get out and walk and get out and walk. Right as we're walking, it's starts to rain.
The rain was welcome. We would take any extra water we could. It did mean arriving to camp a little bit moist, but I had a dry tent and sleeping bag. Julio, one of the guides, was kind enough to whip us up a maybe pitiful yet needed fire. Bellies full, we headed to bed. So it's first thing in the morning. My sleep was terrible, simply because it was like raining in my tent. My tent turned into like a greenhouse, and it was like raining inside my tent, all over my down sleeping bag. It's only day one. Because of the condensation, and then I kept freaking out about my sleeping bag and all of my other stuff, and then my body, every time I would actually like fall asleep, my body would like jolt awake. So it wasn't like the best sleep, but I'm hoping that today will be better in terms of sleep, just because it's going to be a longer, harder day. Yesterday we did, I think it's like 9.2 kilometers, and today we have to do 20. Hopefully there's less walking. We don't know what we're going to find, right? So we'll just take it as it comes. I'm going to go semi-pack up because I'm the slow one of the group. So if I can get half packed up now, hopefully my ass won't get left behind. So we're almost packed up, ready to go. Like I said, we got like 20 Ks ahead of us today, but at least we have more light. Fingers crossed, less walking. I lost a toenail today. So one gorgeous thing about this campsite, well, it's not even a campsite, it's just like a place on the side of the river, is that like you have like this indigenous family that lives on the side of the water, and then they have like these epic views. Like, I don't even think they realize what kind of oasis they live in. It's just gorgeous.
So we're on the water again. I will admit, putting on wet clothes this morning and wet shoes and wet everything was kind of miserable, so I'm hoping for some sun, at least to dry some stuff, but you know, it is what it is.
The paddling didn't last. Almost right off the hop, it was the same as yesterday. Paddle 10 feet, get stuck, get out, drag the raft over the boulders, get back in, get stuck, get back out, drag some more, get back in, paddle 10 feet, repeat. You get it. Pretty much the whole day I was last, and the whole day I was cursing myself. Why did I bring so much stuff? Why didn't I spend extra $300 on the newest lightweight backpacking tent? Did I really have to bring all that food? All those toiletries? The weight of the raft was taking a toll on my body. Day 2 was by far the most physically taxing for me. But there were definitely moments of pure beauty. Got better. Like, they were crazy yesterday. Like, it looks like Zion National Park, but it's not Zion National Park. It's very similar to that, except you can tell that it's so much older. And it's so nice to have the freedom to be able to camp on the side of the river and look at the beautiful vistas and fly your drone to see the gorgeous rock formations, you know. So this is such a refreshing experience.
We didn't make it, the 20K, which really worries me about what kind of days ahead of us we have, since we have a total 96 kilometers, so we'll see.
It was nice to sit by a proper campfire and get to know my comrades, but worry and concern was looming in the back of my mind. Having the physical strength to heave the raft over the riverbed, packed with 7 days of supplies and camera gear, was one thing. Having the mental strength to face the reality that we were probably going to have to do this every day for the next 5 days for the remainder of the 95 kilometers was another thing entirely. Howdy folks, it is day 3. The days have been quite the grind, and first day I would say we dragged the raft 80% of the way and rafted at least 20%. Yesterday was a little bit better. Yesterday I want to say it was about like 60-40. So 60% pulling the raft, 40% actually rafting. And let me tell you that 60% though is just taking it out of me. And we didn't even meet our quota yesterday. We didn't even meet the 20K. We only went 13, which means today we have to do 20K. Like, we don't have a choice. If we want to be out by the time we want to be out, we have to do 20K today. And so I know that Conrad is going to be putting a lot of pressure on the group to move fast. And it really sucks that I'm always the caboose. In any sort of situation, I'm always in the back. I'm always last because I'm just slower. The toll of me being the one holding the group back is like, I think that's also putting a lot of stress on me, which is like, you know, not helping. So yeah, I don't, it doesn't feel good knowing that you're the problem child. And I said at the beginning of the trip, I was like, I'm probably going to be the problem child. And they're like, no, you're going to be the problem grandma, because I'm also the oldest in the group. I'm 31 and everyone else is in their 20s. I'm going to tell you right now, there will be probably no vlogging today. First minor leakage, but it was a quick fix. We're going to carry on. And carry on we did. But it wasn't easy. I unfortunately didn't have much time to vlog that day, as I was having an internal battle with myself. While day 1 and day 2 were the most physically challenging, day 3 was the hardest mentally for me. Between feeling like I was slowing the group down and the wind pushing us in the wrong direction, it was a struggle. At one point my raft flipped while I was trying to heave it over some rocks, and my bags came undone and everything fell out. It was probably the lowest point for me. But there was nothing we could do. We just had to hope for the best, put one foot in front of the other, and eventually we made it to our first official portage. At this point, my mental battle had subsided, thankfully, because there was more pressing problems. This portage was planned. We had planned to do it in early afternoon. However, we had reached it early evening, which means we didn't meet our quota for the day.
We have to walk.
How we were going to make it to our exit point in time, we didn't know. But we had to put those worries aside so we could just enjoy the magnificent views.
We all can have one.
Oh my god, I hate being wet. So 3 toenails.
You lost 3?
So far, yep. It's disgusting, man. 1, 2, 3. Is that nasty? Is it gonna look like that forever? Oh, come on. Come on, dry.
Okay, moves.
It's not moving. Heavy sand, wedgie, like no one's business.
Just lifting the barbara like it's nothing.
The river runs that way. But you're welcome to go upstream if you want.
That much older, you just get that much weaker if you don't use it. And I will have you know, I have not been using it, so. You know, wet shoes is way worse than anticipated.
want it, I'ma give it to you G straight. NML beat slam, not a human being. Ballin' like Kareem, sippin' on codeine, Eileen.